now 8:41 here on Kiwi.
A little something for the weekend with Sam Hunt.
Sam Hunt will, of course, have a little something for our weekend. He joins us this morning. Morning, Sam.
G'day, Wammo. I'm just enjoying that bit of shapeshifter you were playing.
Not bad, is it?
I have a volume of, in fact I have it down beside me, I just got it from the bookcase of Hane Tūwhare's that he published in the early 90s, I think, called Shapeshifter.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, great collection of poems.
I wouldn't say that Shapeshifter are like the lyricists. I mean they've got the vocals going on there, but it's not really about the vocals, I don't think.
I think that's right. Right. Yeah. I don't know. What I do know is that just a few days ago, my young son Alf is 12 and he's just starting college.
Yes.
So, father and son, as we do a lot of things, well, we live together for a start, but off to buy the school uniform up in Whangarei. That's a bit of a strange experience, sort of putting your child into uniform when you've spent your whole life keeping clear of uniforms.
What does Alf think about this?
Well, he's pretty okay, because but the biggest bit of the shopping expedition was some money he'd saved up, and I helped him a little bit, and he got a good solid distortion pedal.
Oh yeah.
So the distortion pedal for was, I think, of more interest than the uniform.
Yeah. Is he going to have to wear long socks?
Long socks or something, yeah. Yeah, I said just wear them around your ankles, just make a token gesture. But hey, look, I tell you what I was thinking. Well, with everything happening in Port-au-Prince and Haiti and things, it's hard to really think too much of distortion pedals or uniforms or. So I did what I often do, and for me, times like this, I went to one of the great poets and have just spent a few days just rereading one of my old loves, Pablo Neruda. I thought I'd take the chance, if I may. Just a couple of little things. For me, something I love here, Wammo. He in writing about something, he said, actually in an interview, he was being interviewed, and as somebody said, what are the important things, in your life, Senor? He said, solitude and silence become the ultimate reason for creation. And then, I don't know, in the same interview, but somewhere further along the line, he says, the sacred duty of the poet is to leave and to return. And with that in mind, if I may read a translation of a poem that I've just discovered. Again, the great thing about people like Neruda, you keep on reading them all your life, and you keep on discovering things that you just have missed last time.
Where's he from?
Oh, sorry, I should explain that. Neruda died in 1972. He from Chile. From Chile, very much a great hero in Chile, and that's where he died. He died of, they say, of a broken heart. He was a very sick man, and then when Allende was overthrown, the cops came out to the Isla Negra, where he and Matilda, his wife, beautiful, much younger wife. If you ever saw the film Il Postino, The Postman, that was based on Pablo and Matilda.
Ah, right.
I'll read this poem, which is called Goodbyes. Obviously, in translation in Spanish, it's adios. Goodbye, goodbye to one place or another, to every mouth, to every sorrow, to the insolent moon. To weeks which wound in the days and disappeared, goodbye to this voice and that one stained with amaranth, and goodbye to the usual bed and plate, to the twilight setting of all goodbyes, to the chair that is a part of the same twilight, to the way made by my boots. I spread myself, no question. I turned over whole lives, changed skin, lamps, and hates. It was something I had to do. Each new journey enchained me. I took pleasure in place, in all places, and newly arrived, I promptly said goodbye with still newborn tenderness, as if the bread were to open and suddenly flee from the world of the table. So I left behind all languages, repeated goodbyes like an old door, changed cinemas, reasons and tombs, left everywhere for somewhere else. I went on being, and being always half undone with joy, a bridegroom among sadnesses, never knowing how and when, ready to return, never returning. It's well known that he who returns never left. So I traced and retraced my life, changing clothes and planets, growing used to the company, to the great whirl of exile, to the great solitude of bells tolling. Isn't he something?
Wow.
That's a poem.
Yeah.
Amaranth, he mentions amaranth in it. That I had to look that up. I think it's amaranth. The amaranth, do you know the amaranth?
No.
It's the imaginary flower that never fades.
Huh.
And so he has a line. So he's a line to every mouth, to the insolent moon, to weeks which wound in the days and disappeared. Goodbye to this voice and that one stained with amaranth. Isn't that beautiful? Wonderful, wonderful poet. I love him so much. I just never bloody lets, So I don't know if it helps in any situation. And then I like thinking about the things that are happening. I was sort of looking at Whangarei. As I say, we went up there, stayed the night up there, stayed in our funny old hotel when we go to Whangarei.
Yeah.
The boys from the Kaipara, and there was a party going on across the road down by the river, the Hatia River, which winds its way down into the town basin there, in Whangers, as some people like to call it, Whangers. There was an all-night party going on. It started as a party, and at about 4 o'clock in the morning, ended up in this incredible fight. And there were police and... Anyway,
Don't most parties in Whangarei end up in fights?
Well, I guess so. I often thought, why did you do it the other way? It's like dying before you enter life. You get put around the other way, then you can spend your life getting younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you another. The last poem. I probably have told you this poem before, but it's one I know by heart. It's a translation from Pablo Neruda, and I think. I'm not picking on it because it is one because I know it, but it's become like a prayer for me, or a mantra for me. But it also happens to be the last poem that he wrote before the right wing fascists moved in and really finished his life and beat his house up and out of the Ilha Negra.
Yeah.
On the coast, on the 4,000. If anyone listening, 4,000. The Ilha Negra was pretty much on the same latitude, I think, as Oamaru.
Oh.
4,000 miles east across the Pacific Ocean, of course. Anyway, this poem, Hasta Luego, I just love it, and I read it or tell it to you, and listeners. So long, visitor, good day. My poem happened for you, for nobody, for everyone. I beg you, leave me restless. I live with the impossible ocean, and silences bleed me dry. I die with each wave, each day. I die with each day and each wave. But the day does not die, not ever. It does not die. And the wave, it does not die. Gratias. Yeah, that's the way to end a long life, being beaten up by the cops.
Yeah, and that to be the last one. Wow.
I think
It's
so.
like he knew. He obviously knew.
Any Pablo Neruda scholar up in the Spanish department of the university would no doubt correct me, but
right.
Let's have a little dig at them.
Yeah.
By the way, remember that? Oh, did you check out about Willie DeVille? Remember we talked about Willie DeVille last week? He
passed away.
The punk. Remember we are saying how I've been looking at Spanish Stroll.
Yeah.
And I read up a bit more about him. I didn't know all this part, but that whole movement that sort of I think Joan Jett and the New York scene, they all played in the same club, and then a lot of them became really famous, like Elvis Costello and things, and then others. And I was reading about him, just. But what a beautiful poem that is. So. Poems and getting the child ready to start to to start the earnest, I guess you say, the earnest end of the education system.
Yeah. Well, that's it's exciting and scary at the same time, a little bit, really.
Well, it's good the distortion pedal's there, I reckon.
Yeah.
I reckon if everyone's got their distortion pedal on board, they're travelling okay.
Straight to music class. Straight to music class in the art room.
Yeah. Well, they've got their own band going now, of course.
Yeah.
So really good. They're getting quite a few gigs. So,
And then perhaps a bit of Rock Quest.
well, I've just been informed. I'm not sure that he's going to need, or he's going to buy. Alf reckons he's going to buy a bigger amplifier, because when they're in their new training practice room, the drums just kill it out.
Right.
This can't happen.
No.
So it's going to be the war of the amplifiers.
All right, Sam, that's been another week, and looking forward to that weekend.
You and the good listeners, well, I hope have a long, if not a lost weekend.
Thanks, Sam.
See you, Wammo.
See ya.
All the best.